everyone, Deacon Susan here with Advent 2's activity. This week we get to make salt dough ornaments. This is one of the traditional staples that is done around Christmas time and the holidays, and it is very easy to make. Now I have the recipe because I'm just by myself and I don't need that many ornaments, but the regular recipe in the devotional calls for 3 to 4 people. So I'll read that out loud for you. A half a cup of salt, a half a cup of flour, an eighth to a fourth a cup of water, a pencil, or if you have a straw, a plastic straw works. I have my reusable straws to poke the holes in for the ribbon, the watercolor palette or watercolors around your house if you didn't get the Advent in a box, a rolling pin, which is back here, of course a bowl, and then optionals would be cookie cutters or stamps or anything you want to press out your shapes. I have a heart, a star, heart to represent God's love, a star for the star that led people to Jesus, a Christmas tree, and an angel. So those are the ones that I have out. So we will first begin by pouring our salt and our flour into our bowl, and then slowly adding our water. We don't want the dough to get too sticky. We want this to be a dry dough. We don't want it to be like cookies when it's sticky. So we add, but we do need it wet enough so that it does, stay clumped together. So when you roll your dough out, you might need to use a little bit of flour. And remember, this is salt dough, so you don't want the kids to eat it because it is very salty. So then you will cut out your shapes. And stick them on a pan. I did spray my pan. Let's see, the instructions don't say that, but just to keep mine from sticking, I did spray my pan. Let's see, make sure I got the right side with the star. And you want these to be a little bit thick, with the angel, because they are ornaments, so you want them to hold up and you want them to be able to be painted upon, and these will go into the oven at 250. Make sure you preset your oven at 250 for about 2 hours. So you want to make sure you're home you want to make sure you're home while you're doing these so that they can stay in the oven. And make sure the dough is hardened before you remove them from the oven. And if that requires additional baking time, it does. It just depends on, the course of your oven. So we will see these when they come out of the oven and they're all painted. Our salt dough ornaments have been taken out of the oven. They were in for about 2 hours. And remember to place your hole in the dough before putting them in the oven. That way you can thread your ribbon through, and you want to make sure it goes all the way through, or you will end up like my poor star here with no hole going through. So the rest of them, the angel I didn't because it was fragile. And of course, if you don't want to hang them, that's totally okay as well. So there's the ribbons for hanging that came in the Advent in a kit, and of course you can use any ribbon that you have around the house. We have our watercolors, or you can use other paints or permanent markers as you see fit. We will try the watercolors and see how this works. So I'm going to paint my Christmas tree, and let's see if there were any other instructions. Also, I do not have it, but if you have a sealing agent, that would be good. If you want to keep your salt ornaments year after year, you would need Mod Podge or some sort of a spray to keep the shine up and to make sure that they don't disintegrate over time, but that's totally up to your family as well. Remember to completely cool the salt ornaments before starting to decorate. I hope that you enjoy this activity with your family, and I hope you enjoy Advent Week 2. Stay tuned for the devotion and for the tradition around the world. And don't forget to check out your kits for nature activities. And there's also an air dry clay ornament if you don't want to make salt dough. And something different on the back. If you would like a copy of the nature activities, please let me know and I can get those to you. Thanks. Bye.